I think Pool Waves was first. What's going on, everybody? Wagwan. Wagwan. Where you depon? I appreciate you, man. How's everybody doing this morning? You dep on the gully. You see it. uh, you dep on the gully. Um, Somebody just threw something in the group chat talking about Klay Thompson's contract extension. That's good stuff. He ain't getting no 40, 50 M's, bro. I can tell you that. Like, did you see where he was ranked though? 40 something is I don't know. Like with Clay, I don't think the analytics captures what he does. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think the analytics captures or does a good job of capturing what he does. The man averaged like 20 on 50. James Harden is 43. Oh my God. Yeah. This is some nonsense. He averaged 21 and 11 last year. That team was in a shitty ass performance away from the conference finals. They have Tyrese Maxey ahead of James Harden. Oh my goodness. That is wild. Evan Mobley is ahead of Clay. DeMar DeRozan is ahead of Clay. Levine. All right. Beal is 37th. Wow. Okay. Darius Garland. Ja Morant is 36. Oof. Kyrie Irving is 34. Bridges. I'm sorry, man. Jalen Brunson. Okay. So all of a sudden, Paolo Banchero is ahead of these guys. Oh my God. It's wild. Let's share this real quick. So we got Jaren Jackson. All right, okay. He probably should be a little bit higher. Paolo. What has Paolo done to be ranked fucking 30th? Trae Young, 29th. Oof. Okay. Brandon Ingram. Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is 26. Pascal. Kawhi is 24th. Oof. Okay. He fell off, but injuries. De'Aaron Fox. Sabonis. Carl. Jaylen Brown, 19th. Paul George, 18th. Murray, 17th. Bam. Donovan Mitchell. Lillard is 14th. Edwards, 13th. Jimmy, 12th. Booker. And they're probably going to give us the top 10 tomorrow. So, you know what's funny is that Steph won a title 2 years ago. Steph won a title 2 years ago. And he didn't have anyone ranked in it. I'm in the top 30 as a teammate. You have to think about that for a second. So all of these dudes with like these teammates highly ranked and they can't even do shit, you know?
Yeah, what's up?
What up, Samuel? How's your day
Yeah, I saw the list, bro. They had I don't know, they were tripping. They had Anthony Edwards over Kyrie. They had who else? De'Aaron Fox over Kawhi.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, them niggas on ESPN tripping, and they do this every fucking year too.
Yeah, yeah. I get that you don't like John Moran or whatever, right? But
Like, some best player. Like, come on.
I get that you don't like him and you think that he's a bad player or whatever. But I mean, let's be serious here, you know?
I remember a while back. This was in 2017. You nigga put Lonzo Ball or Carmelo Anthony, bro, and they got so much backlash because of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were tripping.
I'm not understanding that. The Ghost of Kawhi is top five.
Let
Kawhi.
me see, because I know
There's
they.
a lot of bias in there because John Morant, like, I get what happened to him or whatever, but you know, a suspension shouldn't drop a guy like fucking 30,
Yeah,
bro. Like, we get it. He's going to be suspended, but 30 spots because of a suspension. Let's let's be real here.
so they have Bam's better than Jamal Murray, Paul George, and Jalen Brown. Carl Anthony Towns is better. Carl Anthony Towns is not better than De'Aaron Fox, bro. And Kawhi Leonard. What the hell? That's crazy. He barely
Let me
played
ask a
last.
question about Drew Holiday, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at Drew Holiday here at 26, and I see him ranked above some guys. Is Drew Holiday like? Are we like? There's this thing that I see happen where we underrate guys, and then we do a correction, and the correction is not even correct, where we start to overrate these guys all of a sudden. Is
Yeah,
he the is he the
I
26th best player in the league?
no, I think he's a little bit overrated now. After what Jimmy Butler did to him, the playoff series, bro. Like I thought his defense was going to be nice, but like he got 56 on them and 42 the next game, bro.
Like,
Nah,
look at these guys that he's ranked ahead of, right? Like,
ranked over John Morant? Hell no.
that's what I'm saying, bro. So Darius,
Garland
like,
maybe.
there's there's a lot
Beal
of guys
no.
that he's ranked ahead of, and I'm like, that doesn't
No.
make any sense, right? Like,
Yeah. So LeBron's still a top 10 to them? Okay.
yeah, Brown is definitely top 10. Brown is definitely top 10 for ESPN, bro. Like,
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's not better than Kyrie either. Kyrie's 34 on this list. That's nuts.
yeah, this NBA rank is hilarious, man.
Clay's 41. Uh,
No, I'm telling you, a lot of it is like dependent on who they like. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I think it's like what they like. They think that what's gonna be like how the players gonna play for next season. I think something like that, or I don't know. They put Wemby in the top 46 over DeAndre and then Jared Allen. That's crazy.
On the verge of, so they have Booker right here.
The Booker's number 11 for
Booker
them.
make a run at MVP? What? No fucking way are they saying this?
What?
With Kevin Durant on his team? Look what they said right here. Can Booker make a run at it? He's already been considered one of the most at with KD on his team and
Oh,
Beal. They must
hell
be on
no,
fucking crack, bro.
bro. Hell no.
Nah, bro.
Steph,
They made the rules.
yeah.
Those are not the rules, buddy. Those are not the rules. With KD and Bradley Beal on his team, and they're talking about
Bro,
MVP. Get the
that's
fuck out
crazy,
of here,
bro.
bro.
They had no shame, bro. What the
They
hell?
must be on crack.
And
Fucking saying to me right now.
none of them niggas should get an MVP, but fuck out of here, bro.
You see this bullshit, bro?
Yeah, it's nuts.
MVP? What?
Shit, they wouldn't even put Steph in that John when
Oh
KD
my
won.
god. This is wild, bro. Like, this is crazy. Oh my god. MVP for what?
I can't wait to see tomorrow's rankings, bro, where they have Steph at. If they had that after the top 5, bro, they might have him because it's ESPN. So, but if they had that nigga after the top 5, not if it's like 6 through 10,
Yeah.
LeBron should be number 10 on this list. I don't care. He's number 10. He's probably not going to be. He's going to be like 8 or 7 or 9, something like that. But
This is what ESPN's rank was last year for the top 5, I believe. Let me see if I can find it. This is what it is, I think. It is, yeah. So they had going in. So they had Giannis, Jokic, Doncic, Embiid, and Steph Curry.
I don't think Steph will be in the top 5 this time. I don't know.
Lost in the first round. Lost in the first round, champion. Didn't make the play-in. Lost in the second round. Lost in the second round. Right.
Mm.
Last 3. Steph has won a title. Not won a title. Not won a title. Won a title. Won a title. So 3 of the 5 guys in the league, have won NBA championships, right? Within the last 3 years. Missed the plan, bro. Like, they overrate Doncic so much, man. This shit's stupid.
It's crazy.
Man. Luka. That shit's funny. Oh, my God.
It's nuts, bro.
That is comical. These ESPN ranks crack me up, man. They said run at MVP with Kevin Durant on his team. You see what I mean when I say like ESPN is a bullshit fucking a bullshit outlet? Because bro, I literally watched the Warriors win 67 games, and Steph Curry nor Kevin Durant didn't make first team All NBA because people were mad at them. Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Like, they don't.
But they're saying that Devin Booker, MVP, get the fuck out of here. No, he's automatically disqualified. That's fucking crazy, bro. They said top 10. They must be smoking crack. Top 10.
Bro, they tripping.
That's the wackiest shit that I've ever heard, man. Let me throw this on the timeline, bro. Like, because that right there is the bullshit that I'm talking about.
Yeah, Oracle, bro. I seen a lot of niggas on Jordan Poole's dick yesterday after his preseason game. That shit was crazy.
Where was that team from? Like, from Australia or some shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, bro. There was a lot of, like, I don't hate Poole, but like, niggas are saying that, Poole gets to play on a team that doesn't run the split action, doesn't have a player punch on his face anymore, and shit like that. I forget. It was a girl who was saying that, bro. I forget her name.
Was she one of them pool stands?
I think she was.
Oh.
It wasn't.
Split action.
She wasn't the girl you know what I'm talking about, but she's like a different one. She's like, I think she's like Asian or something like that.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is funny.
You see Ja reacted to his rankings.
Yeah, I think that's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty dumb. Like, how do you not have Ja Morant in your
top
You do
20.
not have Ja in your top 10. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What's good, homies?
Or like your top 20. I mean, he should be in
Yeah.
your top 20. Bro, I don't care if you shot anybody, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is stupid. No. Ja's not top 10, but like, he's probably top
Top 25 at least.
Yeah, at least top 25. I mean, come on, man. Let's not be stupid here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so top 3 seed 2 years in a row. You know, so they're a top seed 2 years in a row, but you don't have Jaren Jackson in there either. He's not even like your top 25. So what gives? The math ain't mathing to me. But Karl Towns is a top 20 player.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton. Okay.
They tripping, bro. They tripping.
The fucking Pacers even make the playoffs. So Tyrese Halliburton have averaged like, I think he averaged like 20 and 10 or something. So 20 and 10, but you got James Harden ranked where? Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Like, they put James Harden down there, all the way down there to like, for clicks basically, right? Like, that's why they put him down there, just for clicks. He averaged 20 and 10 last year. I don't like the clown shit, man.
It's
James
crazy.
Harden. You see where James Harden is ranked? Come on, man. They got James Harden ranked at 43. Let's read the logic. Hold on. Because this is some nonsense, dog. Harden led the league in assists. Okay, all right. So now stats don't matter. All right, cool. For the second time in his career, forming a potent partnership with Embiid, but he lacked some sort of burst he displayed earlier in his career as a scorer. And Philadelphia once again saw, yeah.
Yeah, bro. He's not better than Harden, bro. They tripping.
Where's Harden going to play? So,
I don't blame him, though, because Harden fell off a lot.
bro, he averaged, no, stop it, Sam. He averaged 20 and 10 last season, bro. So you're telling me Tyrese Maxey is ranked above James Harden? Okay,
No.
all right, cool.
Nah, I don't really. Nah.
All right,
He's
okay.
nice, but, like, I don't think he's, like, ranked over Harden like that.
Yeah, that's normal. I get that you think he fell off or whatever, but there's no way you're going to say Tyrese Halliburton is ranked that high. Like he's like 22nd or something like that.
Nah.
And James is all the way down there. Are you kidding me? 21, 10.7, 6 rebounds a game. That's what he did. So what? And he did it on like 53% effective. That's right around. That's a little bit higher than his career average. Like, what are we talking about here? That's completely normal. Perfectly normal. Bro, look at this shit, man. ESPN does this shit for clicks every year, and it's so annoying, bro. This is what the man averaged last year. 58 games, 21, 10, 7, 6, on 53% effective. This is right around his percentages in Houston. You know what I'm saying? 54, 54, 54, 52. He's right in that range. You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about here? They made it seem like he just fell off completely. All right, I get like the 2-point percentage is lower, shooting the same around from 3. So yeah, he doesn't have the same kind of burst, but 21 and 10, nah, he still got skill, man. That is insane. So now you're gonna tell me that let's see what Halliburton did now. 2010 58 effective. Is that what fucking Halliburton is doing? Oh my god. Oh shit. Yeah, we should have drafted him. Fuck. Look at these splits, bro.
That's crazy.
58% effective. That's kind of wild. Oh, okay. I didn't real 40% from three, 87 from the line. He shoots
Yeah,
87 from the line. Are you fucking kidding me?
he's like that. He's like that.
Oh my god. I didn't realize. Okay.
Imagine if we drafted him, bro.
Yeah, we fucked up, bro.
Yo,
We fucked up. Oh shit. That is a major fuck up. Bro, we should have just drafted him. What the fuck were we thinking, bro? Oh my god.
did him and Paul work out though?
Huh?
Did him and Paul work though?
Fuck Poole, bro. Like, who cares? Like, no. Bro, like, Poole probably wouldn't even have been a thing if Halliburton got drafted.
Nah, he would have got traded then.
He shoots 40 something percent from three. That's crazy. Yeah, we fucked. We definitely fucked up.
Yeah, he's like a playmaker, like Chris Paul.
This is what I'm saying, bro. So we would have had a 6'7" playmaker. Ah, shit. Sam, why are you talking with food in your mouth, dog?
My fault.
Bro. This motherfucker, bro.
What's up, man?
What's up?
It's good.
Nah, man. Yeah, we fucked up with Halliburton. I did not realize the splits were like this. He's played like 3 NBA seasons. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, we definitely fucked up on that one. You could make a case that Halliburton is better than LaMelo. You could probably make that case. Yeah, bro. He might be better. He might be better. 6'5". There's no way he's 6'5", bro. He doesn't look 6'5", does he? Nah, he can't be 6'5". He might be a better player. Oh my god. Oh my god. All of them. Look, LaMelo is a shot chucker too. Yeah, Steve was probably right on that one. Steve was definitely right on that one.
You think we should have drafted him, or?
Oh yeah, like he's one of the players who I wanted to draft too. Like, I was never a fan of like a center, or they had like Patrick Williams and all of those guys, Okongwu. I never wanted any of those guys, bro. Like, I just don't believe in those guys, those type of guys. If you're not playing total basketball, like there's no point in any of this, man. What does Hallie do better than LaMelo? All right, hold on. Okay. All right. These are Halliburton stats, okay? This is what he averaged last season. 20.7, 10.4, almost 4 rebounds a game. But look at the efficiency, 58.6. For his career, he's 57% effective. Last year, he took 7 threes a game, and he shot 40%. That's interesting. And from 2, he's 57%, right? Like, bro, these are elite splits. You know what I'm saying? 87% from the line for his career, 86%. Like, that's pretty fucking decent, right? for his career. Free throw shooting is indicative of shooting touch. You know what I'm saying? So now let's look at LaMelo, for instance. Last year he was 23, 8 assists, 6.4, and he was 51% effective. So he's 51 for his career. Okay, I get that he was hurt last year, all of this stuff, right? But, you know, I'm not seeing the case over Halliburton, bro. Halliburton was like 10 assists a game last season. You know? LaMelo's shooting like 10 threes a game, you know?
Yeah. So 20 and 10. That's what he almost had. That's like James Harden numbers for him.
Yeah, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so I didn't realize he was doing that. That's nuts. I know he was doing 20 and 10. I just didn't realize he was doing it that efficiently, bro. Like, so to put 58% effective in proper context, right? Like, let's look at that number. He's 57 for his career. This is where Steph Curry is for his career. I'm not saying that he's going to do that, but, you know, early Steph was doing this. Like, early Steph was doing this.
Yes, that when Mark Jackson was the coach, Steph was like more of a passer. He averaged like 9 assists that one season, right? Yeah, because he said
early Steph was like 20 points a game, 55 effective, right?
Yeah.
Now the problem is that Steph Curry just went on to do this from 26 onward, right? 50, damn near 60% effective, 27 a game. This is insane, right? So these are crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? So he's 57 for his career. You know what I'm saying? So his first 3 years, he's like 57. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts.
Yo, did you see the Klay Thompson interview yet, or?
No, I didn't see the interview. Is the interview up? Hold up.
I don't know, but I think it might be because Slater said that Klay said that he doesn't want to be anyone else than a Warrior.
Good morning, Snake. Adele's account got clapped up again, huh? Adele, you got the sensitive thing on your you're on page again, dog.
Adele.
I don't know why they're fucking with us like this, bro. They stay fucking with us, man.
It's some Lakers fans, bro. Niggas are weird.
They stay fucking with us, man. Like,
you talk shit about niggas.
So if you look at like the reporting thing, right? What they do is that like they won't suspend you, but they do put like if you look at like the reporting stuff, like they have all types of added categories in there now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird.
They censor you.
Yeah, bro. It's like you can't even say shit on the timeline anymore, bro. Like you literally can't say anything. So what I'm gonna start to do, bro, is like just being hella sarcastic. You know?
Yep.
If I really want to say something, I'm just gonna like just sprinkle it, just fucking sprinkle it with sarcasm.
Yeah, it's sad. You gotta think what you gonna say, because what you really want to say you can't.
Which is fine, but it's like.
Nah, but what you really want to say, and it ain't even bad, you can't even really put it
on. If somebody's harassing you, like you can't tell somebody to fuck off, bro. Like Jesus Christ,
yeah.
like
yep. Yep.
Bro,
it's crazy.
Yo, Twitter back in like say from like 2010 to around 2014, bro. It was so great and so uncensored, bro. Like this bullshit now, dog. Oh my God. Like,
bro, the Twitter back then in 2013, 2012, niggas were saying anything on that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's how it should be. You should be allowed to say any fucking thing
like,
you want,
dog. Celebrities were saying shit too. Like,
yeah, bro.
That shit was crazy. I think it was
Now,
like.
what the hell?
Go ahead.
No, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? So now you can't say a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it just stinks, man.
Cause like,
This is what I mean, like when money gets involved, bro. Like, anytime money and ad dollars gets involved, bro, this is what
It get too
happens.
big, yeah. Get too big.
Oh, and now like your brand is associated with this and blah 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 blah, and it's like, fuck, dog. Like, ugh, just ruined something that was pure. Jesus. You know what? I wouldn't even mind paying $10 a month for the shit, so I could just like we could just cut out the fucking ad revenue, dog. Ugh.
Just tax everybody, huh?
Yeah, bro. Like, pay $10 a month, so you know,
Urkel, that's what he's going to do eventually. Good morning.
just cut out the
That's
ad
what
revenue.
that's what he talked
Urkel,
about, but
Urkel,
I
you know
don't know if
that's
he
what he's
gonna do
eventually
it.
going to do. The problem is he's having a problem figuring out how he's going to make other people in other countries do it. That's been the issue, right?
Yeah.
So he's primarily trying to get everybody in the United States to do it because he knows that's where most of the users are in the States.
So have the United States subsidize everyone outside the U.S.
Correct. Basically, that's what he's trying to do. Yeah. He knows that. I think he could do it in England too. Because I think they have a better rate of transfer rate over in the euro. It's a little bit easier, but everywhere else it's a lot more difficult. Yeah.
Honest to God, Jay, I don't mind paying for it. Like, I really don't. I use it a lot.
Well, he doesn't. So the other thing is, I think if he does that, it should get lowered, right? He could do it at a lower rate, right? Because also he wants this verification thing, right? So all this is collect data. And what he's not telling you is he's also collecting data, and they're also trying to create their own AI as well internally.
Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to do. Like, if you guys don't know this, that's really what's going on. If he can verify who you are and the data is there, and all that stuff, that means he's collecting full-on data that helps him with his AI. So that's primarily why he bought Twitter. So don't get this thing about he wanted free speech and all this. No, he wants data.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, but Jesus Christ, dog. Oh, that just stinks, man. Is anyone hearing me?
Yeah, that's what Clay said about his game 6.
He said what? Whose TV is that? Is that you, Jay?
It is.
Your shit's loud as hell.
The fan shop.
Is that me?
Yeah. Your TV is loud,
Sorry.
bro.
Oh, it's the nice soundbar. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can actually mute this thing. Hearing Stephen A. Smith
Watched.
talk
Jay,
trash.
you watch that shit in the morning, bro? I can't watch that shit, dog.
Oh, it's in the back, dude. It's all it is noise in the background. You know who I really like listening to is Matt Patricia's great. Have you watched that, Urkel?
Nah.
But you're not a football fan. That's what it is.
Nah.
So no. I think he has the best show.
Like you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's probably Urkel. So since they've added that to their platform, they do like 2 hours of his show because he does a 4-hour show. It's like it's hitting huge numbers for them. Huge numbers. I think at some point it's going to pass up First Take. Interesting, and it comes on right after First Take. By the way, that's what happens when you do a fun show, by the way, and not just yell and scream. By the way, just FYI. What a great concept.
Urkel, this Slater article is just packed packed with information with Klay, bro. This shit is
packed
crazy.
packed with nuggets that we were telling y'all last season. Oh, okay. Oh shit. Okay.
He put pen
What
to
a
paper
concept.
for what we've been saying. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's nice when you hear those questions literally asked to him, and he's telling you the same stuff that we've been talking about.
Yo, AK, this is why I don't listen to fucking stands, bro. Because like if you, bro, I love Steph. Steph is my favorite player, but I will be the first one to point out when he ain't doing shit right. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, guy is out of shape. We point out that guy is out of shape, and then we're not acknowledging that, bro. Like, this is why I was so fucking annoyed when he started the season like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, AK, I have a question.
Like, I am not gonna fucking sit here and listen to somebody who never fucking played sports before, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
AK, I haven't read.
Bro. Sorry. Like, come on, bro.
AK, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read the article. Does it feel like he's learned his lesson, or is he saying the right things?
When it comes to like the Lakers
series? Klay.
When it comes to the Lakers series?
No. Yeah, or just in general, like going into the season, does it sound like he's just saying the right things, or does it feel like he's learned his lesson?
So there's a couple things, like at least from what I'm reading here. The one is when it comes to what he wants in the market versus what his heart wants long term. There's a gap there. There's a break there, which is exactly what we've been kind of saying. He's not looking to leave. He's even saying that he wants to retire a Warrior, but he understands these guys. We've been saying, we were here in free agency. Desmond Bane signs that contract. You see Shadow's reaction. You see these guys and these other guards get paid, and he knows his value. It even says that, Slater even reports he knows his skill set and how his skill set is coveted even in today's market. So he understands that if he wants to play, the 3-year, the 4-year deal elsewhere, he's going to be able to get the type of money he thinks, as long as he performs here. He's basically betting on himself that he's going to be able, that he wants to get. But with that said, he brings up the Wiggins thing and Wiggins sacrificing and taking less so that they can sign other guys. And so Slater asks him about that, and he asks him about the Wiggins contract and this and that. So he's balancing in his head, how much he wants to say and how much he's willing to sacrifice, which is actually a huge deal for Klay, because the question of how much are you willing to sacrifice is the first time that he's had to answer this question in this organization. He's actually never had to answer that question before. This is the first time.
Clay's never.
This is the first time. So he's in a situation where, especially with this, the money increasing, the TV deal and all these things coming up, all these guards getting paid what they're getting paid, and him betting on himself, and it looks like all signs are pointing towards him having a good season. He should have a pretty good season. It's going to be one of those things where it's going to be, well, has he figured what he wants to do out, and he's willing to take action and put pen to paper and TikTok, because the organization's not going to play Russian roulette with this. They're just not.
Here's what I'm going to say too. I think Klay thinks he's 28 and not 33.
Yeah.
Or ever. That's what I keep thinking to myself. Like, he's talking like somebody that's still in his. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Let him finish. Go ahead, AK. Finish up. I want to hear what you're saying.
I mean, look, Jay has a point. Like, he believes that his ability to be able to still play at what he feels like is probably 70% of what he was, he feels like he can sustain over a 4-year contract. I don't know if that's the case, because he also says in the same article that I didn't have my legs under me. I watched all the tape of the Lakers series, and by game 6, all of my shots are short. I was fatigued. I didn't have my legs in me, and I got to learn to adapt. Literally says I got to learn to adapt and leverage my teammates and play within the offense, instead of having to basically being frustrated and shot check my way back in when I already know how fatigued I am. So hold on. So how fatigued you are. Your legs are shot, and you're taking baseline fadeaways. And you need hindsight. You need hindsight in the off season to watch film to come back and realize this. You don't realize this in the game. And you're shooting fucking like 2 for 13 or whatever it is that you're shooting. Why do you need the off season to watch film to understand that?
So
you feel that your legs are shot. So he's taking accountability for it now. But you've been going through this entire series shooting like garbage. Game 6, your legs are the most shot that you felt in the entire series, and your response to that is, "I'm going to keep shooting the ball."
Well, here's the thing, AK, right? So when you get to the age that he is, and I think you know about this because you follow, football, European football. Once you start getting older, you also have to start you start having to transform your body a little bit, and that's the question, right? Cool, you're in shape, but what kind of shape are you in?
Yeah, like
you know what I mean.
Off season.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he looks good, but like, is it sustainable? Did you really transform your body? Because you kind of have to start doing that, right? Like Steph does it. Steph's at 35, like about to be. Is he 35 this month or something? Next month or something?
Yeah,
35, right? But he transforms his body, right, to a certain degree. Because he wants to sustain. Try to stay less injury prone. LeBron's done that throughout his, like, those players that sustain a long career do that, and then they change what they do on the court, right? Gradually as well. So that's my question, and I think he's going to keep asking for that money.
But the thing is,
that's what it tells me. That's what it tells me. He's going to keep asking for that money. That's what it keeps telling me.
I mean, it tells you that, and it tells you the article more than anything else, this conversation that he had with him, that Slater has with him, it tells you Klay doesn't know what he wants yet. That's exactly what
he wants that money, though.
He wants the money, but he doesn't know what he's going to do. He doesn't know if he's going to sacrifice or if he's going to just look for the bag. And I'm telling you, they're not going to wait till after the deadline to be able to figure this out and see if his heart is there and go, okay, Klay, let's see how you play this season. Let's see how the outcome of this season turns out. And if we want to chip, you're more likely to stay. I don't see that happening. You don't. And you talk about, changing the, at least at the very, especially off the recovery, having recoveries and coming off of injuries the way that he did, transforming his body and his workout regimen to be able to do certain things, pick and choose the way that he's, playing throughout an 82-game season.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Klay is, Klay doesn't have that much flexibility like some of these other guys.
Hold on.
To be able to change his game too much.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's difficult.
He doesn't have that. He can't say, "I'm not going to play make as much." And
let me say this, right? Like, let me say something about Klay and the organization. Okay, in 2019, he tears his ACL. Okay, AK. In every other sport, and we follow like a couple of different sports in soccer, in football. Right? In all of these other sports, if you tear your ACL, right, and you are about to sign a max deal, you probably won't sign a max deal. Correct?
Yeah, they're not going to give it to you.
Right? So this guy tears his ACL, and what did the organization do? They pivoted in a whole other direction, right? And they said they were on the wait until the Klay comes back tip, right?
Yeah.
They literally said, we are not going to contend until Klay Thompson comes back, right? First of all, I never thought that Klay Thompson was that good, where it's almost like when you're saying that, it's like you're saying Klay is Kevin Durant or Klay is Steph Curry. The organization went ahead and made a decision, or maybe they used his injury as an excuse to say, Klay is like a big part of what we do, and we're not going to contend without him. So what are we going to do? We're going to shield or field a shitty team around Steph Curry until Klay Thompson comes back, right? What did they do? They put a shitty team around Steph. Next thing you know, there was rookies on the fucking roster left and right, okay? Jordan Poole was brought in. All of this stuff was done, right? So they bring in these guys or whatever, right? Didn't even look to sign anyone viable in free agency. They just had a plan that Klay Thompson is out, so we're done. You know what I'm saying? That was the route that they took. Gave him a max contract, all of this stuff, right? Okay, cool. Signs the max contract. Klay Thompson is out there. He's vacationing. He's doing all of this shit, right? So then he comes back now. He comes back and, off COVID, and then he tears his Achilles, right? We were shitty again, and then we put out a shitty team once more, right? The next season, Jordan Poole emerges at the end of the season, right? So Jordan Poole does some things or whatever, and they decide that they're going to start Jordan Poole. So now they put like a competent team around Steph without Klay Thompson, by the way, right? So think about all the concessions that they made. They said that they were going to tank. They used Klay as an excuse to tank, right? And they tanked. They put shitty teams around Steph for like 2 seasons, missed the playoffs for 2 seasons, and did all of this bullshit, right? They come back and they start off 18-2 without Klay Thompson because now they finally have a viable team around Steph. Klay Thompson comes back in, elbows his way. I am not coming off the bench, this, that, and the other, right? This dude just is signed a max contract or whatever, right? Andrew Wiggins emerges, Jordan Poole emerges. This dude comes in, gets his starting spot back, and the whole time, that whole second half of the season, they are reworking every fucking thing around Klay. Okay? We win the championship, we go into the summer, and Andrew Wiggins takes a pay cut. Jordan Poole maximizes his dollar, right? Andrew Wiggins was literally the second best player on the team. He didn't go in and try to bro. I am all about guys getting their money, right? But what they're doing now is that they're squeezing the Warriors, right? They're literally squeezing the Warriors now, right? So you come in into the year now. Now you're a free agency. They got rid of Jordan Poole. They cleared the way for you. There's no more Jordan Poole now, right? You don't got that Jordan issue anymore. And he went into the year last year, and he comes in out of shape, right? But you can't say to him, "We're gonna have Jordan start. You're not doing too great, right?" So this is why Jordan was getting annoyed because Jordan is like, "Bro, this dude is not even in shape." Like, you know what I'm saying? So they have Klay come in now, and Klay is in a contract here off of a shitty playoff performance, by the way, right? James Harden, shitty play. So now James Harden ain't getting paid, and now Klay Thompson wants more money? Are you kidding me, bro? Like, this is the part that drives me crazy. So I say that to say all of that to say is that so many concessions were made for this dude, left, right, and center, right? Yeah. You're telling me that he should come in and we should pay him more than what that limit is to be in a second apron? For what? For what then?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. I mean,
blame the organization? And no, I'm not going to blame the fucking organization. Fuck that. No, I'm not doing that because the organization stood by him while he was injured. How many professional teams are doing that, bro?
Not many. And you have to also keep in mind that it's not just an injury. How many basketball players have you ever seen in the NBA tear an ACL, and as they're recovering and coming back from an ACL, towards the end of the recovery, tear an Achilles? How many have you ever seen? And how many basketball players, high-level basketball players, have you ever seen successfully come back from an Achilles injury? Now, Klay looked really good. Like, all things considered, when he came back, even though he was trying to find his way within the offense, we were making concessions within schemes that we were running and this and that to be able to get him comfortable and get him a shot. That's fine. Those are just X's and O's. That's whatever. But in terms of actually getting on the court and being able to play up and down, sure, he's going to lose a step defensively, but be out there, have the run that he had, a consistent playoff run in terms of games and minutes played. That's pretty remarkable. You talk about Durant's probably been the best guy we've seen off an Achilles.
Bro.
So there were concessions made, man. Like these are unforeseen things.
Draymond could have gone elsewhere for more money, right? Like, you can make an argument that Draymond might be more important than Klay is, right? Wiggins, he did the same thing, right? Like,
So Oracle, here's the thing, right?
Keep the team together or not? Like,
So
do we want him to get traded or not? Because so you can say, oh, well, blah blah blah, but it's either he leaves or we keep the team together. Joe Lacob is willing to spend the money, right? But there is no point in terms of going over the second apron. Jay, give me the top 5 things that hamstring you in terms of this second apron, because you know about this second apron.
All right, second apron. Obviously no buyout market. Basically, after the first day of basically opening night.
No buyouts.
That's
You're
one thing.
telling me that
No buyouts.
if a PJ Tucker type becomes available at the deadline,
Sure.
we won't be able to sign a PJ Tucker type?
That is accurate.
Okay, all right. Fuck. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Competitive advantage number 1. Next one, go ahead.
Going into the summer, well, it doesn't impact you this year. Going into the summer, though, if, say, a Joel Embiid were to be on the market, you guys could not aggregate players, meaning you can't send multiple players over in a trade to receive Joel Embiid back. It can only be 1 for 1.
So you mean the salaries would have to match exactly damn near. So
Exactly damn near. Or here's the thing is, you also know that a team would probably want young players, whatever it may be, other players besides that hefty contract that you're sending out. I'm trying to give you guys all an example. Yeah, you're not able to do that.
Okay. Give me another one.
There's quite a few more. Basically, you're hard capped. Basically, it's like a super hard cap. Basically, is what it is. So it basically doesn't allow you to do anything.
Bro,
I think that's really the key.
Bro,
yeah.
Hard cap. Do you remember how fucking hard it was in 1920 when we were hard cap, bro? Like the shit was outrageous.
I remember. We were. I'll give you an example. Lakers were. I think we were hard capped because we did some weird thing a year ago, and basically, what it basically did to our team is what could we only do? We could only sign minimum players.
That's right.
So you have three guys, and the rest of your team is all minimums. What year was that, Urkel? That was the year when we had Dwight Howard and all the old guys, if you remember.
Bro, like being hard capped. I mean, you have those restrictions on top of. Come on, man! Like you can't field a basketball team like that. I'm sorry, bro. Like you just can't do it. You literally can't do it.
Okay, so you have a guy, right, who we're talking about this person sacrificed, that person sacrificed on the contract. If we're going to have a guy on the team who's not willing to do that and is going to make over 40 M's and put us over the second apron, given all of these restrictions that you face when you're in the second apron, that better be a dude, in my opinion, that unquestionably puts you over the top. Unquestionably puts you over the top. You know for a fact that you're willing to take those risks because you have a in my opinion, for sure a top 10 level player. You have to have I think, in my opinion, with the restrictions that come with it, you have to have a top 10 level player that is the reason why you're over the second apron, and you're willing to be over the second apron because you have that top 10 level player. And by the way, that top 10 level player better be part of a duo or something. That you better have another player of that tier as well. Damn near of that tier.
Even if you have a top 10 player, it is so... It cuts you off at the knees, bro. So even if... It is so crazy you being in the second apron that you might as well not be a contender. You might as well, you might as well try to get rid of guys, bro, because you're not going to field a competitive basketball team, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That top player can't be your only piece. It has to be.
What we're going to be saying at that point, dog, if we're in the second apron again, we're going to be saying shit like, oh my God, if Steph Curry wins a title being in the second apron, he's the GOAT. That's the type of shit that we're going to be saying going forward, bro.
Yeah. And you can't even keep the roster as currently constructed, like similar to as currently constructed either. You got to pay the guys that are coming in out of their third year and this and that. Like, it's not really possible.
I mean, this is the part that kills me. It just kills me. They gave Clay his money, bro. Like, he was hurt, and they still gave him his money, and they were supportive of him the entire time, right? Like, so as a fan of the team, right? Like, I am talking to you from a perspective as a fan of the team, okay? He can't come back at the same salary that he was before. I'm sorry.
No, not at 43 years.
He can't be in the 40s, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I love you and all, dog, but it's like, you can't, like, I think when he came back at that number, he was even overpaid then. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that Klay Thompson was a max player then. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming off of an injury. So it's like, I know his skill set is coveted, and there are things that he does that's unique, but bro, like, I mean, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this deal done, brother, because if you don't, they're just going to fucking trade you. I promise you that.
Exactly.
They will not make a mistake. I don't want them to trade him.
Yeah.
So people are going to listen to me and they're going to say, oh, you hate Klay Thompson, right? But the reason why I'm saying this is because I do not want them to trade him. I want them to win the championship with the core as is. But if they got to trade you, they will fucking trade you, bro.
Exactly. Yep. He's he's clearly in a mode where he's going to bet on himself. And I think that his ideal thing is he wants to feel out the market, but he wants to work out a deal. But he's not able to do that until the end of the season. And I don't think that those are a set of cards that, especially Mike, maybe Joe loves him and Joe's willing to bend and negotiate and do what it needs to do. Because remember, he was the first guy he took. So he has an affinity for him that gives him a little bit more leverage. But I don't know, man. At the end of the day, it comes down to Joe's going to be the guy that pays him. But all these other guys involved and Mike involved, I think that they're going to be. If there is a move that makes a lot of sense, they're going to go ahead. I can see them pulling the trigger. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, but
nobody wants to see that, bro.
Nobody wants to see it. That's not it's not going to be like a fun, like exciting, celebratory thing. See Klay Thompson traded from the Golden State Warriors.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Like it's not something like nobody wants. No one's going to sit here and act like they're like excited to see that day. It's not like a fun thing where this core gets broken up.
So
but
I'm looking.
They're not going to play Russian roulette with him either. You know.
So let me try to find this Slater article, because there was a Slater article a few weeks back.
Oh, the other one?
And, yeah, hold on one second.
Did you read this one from this morning?
Nah. Here's what I'm talking about. I just found it. Give me 1 second here. Let me screen share this. Okay. So this is what they're saying. Okay? This is the type of number that they can give him. Right? So this is just based on projections, basically. So the Warriors have 142 million committed to 9 players. Assuming that Paul's number is completely wiped off and you only fill the rest of the roster with Klay Thompson and vet minimums, they've traded away their first round pick. Here are a few numbers, right? So currently projections of a 4.5% increase, 42% or 142 cap, tax number, second apron, right?
Yeah.
This is what Klay Thompson can make, 42 million, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, if you assume a 5% cap increase, right? 42, 173, second apron, 193, right? So it's a little bit higher than here. So Klay can make $43 million, right? Yeah. 10% increase, right? So cap number 149, so around 7 million higher than this, and the tax number 181, and the second apron is here, right? So this is where these are crazy numbers, bro. He shouldn't be making this, right? He should probably be making around 30, 35 million, bro. Like that's where he, right?
30.
Because you need more flexibility, bro. Like, are you trying to win or what? Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The second, the 5% increase puts him at about what he's making here. If they were to give him the whole thing, I think he's at 42.7.
He can. I think he should probably be somewhere in the 30s. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in the 30s.
I'm with Urkel. Say 30, 33 per year.
Yeah, but when it starts to get into the 40s, and these are projections, you know what I'm saying? So you don't know what exactly is going to happen, right? So it's all going to be based on, what you earn or the overall revenue, basically, right? So there's a few factors in there that you have to consider, right? So that's what we're thinking about, right? Like we can't afford that, bro. Nobody wants to be in a second apron, bro. Nobody wants to be in a second apron.
No, and you can't put yourself in the second apron for a Klay Thompson contract extension. That can't be the reason.
Wild. Like, no, you can't do it. Like,
can't do it. You just can't.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
You can put yourself in the second apron if everybody else is signed for a Steph Curry contract extension. Fuck yeah, but you can't do it for Klay.
Oh.
So this is why the Suns have to win this year. FYI. This is why the Suns, and this is probably why Boston's in the same predicament as well. Right. I think Boston's probably the most set up because I think they actually have a really good team. I think they have a really good team, actually. I would consider Boston the favorites right now, actually. So
they were the favorites this year.
I think they have a better team this year, Urkel. Much better. And I don't like Boston. I'm just talking to you from a pure basketball sense. I think they're really good. They're going to be really good.
For me, it hinges on Porzingis.
If he's healthy throughout the year, they're a problem. They are a problem. They're really a problem.
If Porzingis can be healthy and take a step defensively in the post,
and it's also what he does offensively.
Doesn't have to be a true rim protector, but like if he's able to rotate and understand, help rotations and actually use his size in the paint because he has had a lot of trouble doing that. If he can do that, because Horford's not going to be able to, they're going to use Horford as just a spacer, as a stretch.
I don't even think he's not closing. He's not closing lineups.
Yeah,
there's no way.
He doesn't. Horford doesn't have even the legs.
So that's why I said he also unlocks them offensively. If you look at what he does, like he does, like it's just like a perfect fit. If he just plays exactly like he did in Washington last year, like he doesn't have to have the same point total, but if he does those same things, it's a problem.
I mean, Holiday for me is an upgrade over Smart.
Yeah,
there's no question about that. There's no question about that. But they lose their rim protection with Rob Will. They lose Grant Williams, who covered a lot of the mistakes for guys like Jalen.
By the way, they're in the second apron too. They cannot pick up anybody else.
Yeah, they
off of as well. So these teams are limited. There are a number of teams that are limited. These contenders that can actually get guys off off of.
So I want you to understand something, right? Like what you just saw is saying that it's the current contracts that you have, and then vet minimums. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's what that's assuming. So it's Klay and vet mins. It's Klay, the guys that you have signed, and vet mins, basically, right? So that is just bare minimum, right? So so that 40-something number should probably be around 35. You know what I'm saying?
Don't even think about trying to give Kuminga a contract if you do that. Jesus. Because you don't have the money available.
Yeah, that's going to be another situation. So if he makes 34 years, that's like 120. So 4 years, 120. If he gets 4 years, 120.
So Urkel, you like This is the problem, though. Are you sure you're going to be under the? See, this is where I find it hard to believe because I'm looking at the math. I don't know if you guys, even if he goes, like, I don't even know if you guys can get under the second apron. It's really hard for you guys. Like, even if you sign him,
bro. So those are assumptions. I don't know where the cap is going to be.
Yeah, I'm letting you guys know right now. I think even if you sign Clay, and this is kind of like what I've looked at any number primarily, you guys are still over the second April. Like, basically, I'm just letting you guys know that. Here's the thing. I think that's why they got Chris's contract too, right? I think they're just trying to but they want to keep that slot. So they're in this predicament, right? So you want to keep these slots, these hefty contracts. So the math just doesn't work, right? So yeah. Either way, that's how I'll put it.
Yeah. So so that's a good point in the chat. Even with CP's, that is assuming that CP doesn't come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's assuming that he opts out of his final year,
right? So,
and they may want to keep him too, Urkel, because they may feel like, oh, we're still going to be over the second apron anyway. We might as well just keep him, so it doesn't matter, right? So that's the predicament they're in, or they trade him, or whatever they do. Try to do something.
Okay.
I'm just looking at it from a cap point of view. Like, that's where they're at.
This is a problem, and
this isn't getting done in the next 2 weeks. I don't see it.
You don't see it getting done within the next 2 weeks?
Not before season starts. No.
They should get the shit done immediately, man.
I think this shit would be done with by now.
They should get the shit done immediately. And if you are counter to anything that I'm saying right now, you're not a fan of the team. You're just being a fucking contrarian. You know what I'm saying? You really are. Like, you really are being a contrarian. Like, you really are being a contrarian. Like, I only care about championships, bro. Like, that's all I care about. I don't care how much fucking money Klay Thompson makes. I really, really don't, because he was kind of sitting on his ass recovering, and they paid him max money. Like at this point, based on the money that he's made already, I do not care what he makes after this. You know what I'm saying? He could come back at 20. I wouldn't give a fuck. Now I just care about championships, right? So if they can get him at 25 to 30, great. But outside of that, when you start to get into those numbers and then it starts to hamstring like how you can build your team or whatever, like it becomes rough, man.
So Urkel, let me read this quote from Clay from the Slater article. So he goes, "I don't need to go into this year and then it's kind of like a pause. He goes, I know if I just do my job and I'm in shape and I compete at my highest level, I'm going to make money in this league for a long time. So I don't worry about it. I'm blessed beyond measure. Obviously, you want to make the most in the window you have as an athlete, but I'm not going to let that get in the way of winning a championship. When you win, everything else will be taken care of." So this is my problem with some of the things that he says. So it's almost, Urkel, and tell me if I'm reading things wrong. It's almost as if he corrects himself. He literally corrects himself, like as he speaks. He tells you one thing, and then he tells you, well, actually, this is the right thing. Well, actually, I should do this. So he'll go, so I don't worry about it. I'm blessed beyond measure. Obviously, you want to make the most in the window you have as an athlete. So yes, I see these guards getting this and getting that, and I want to be able to maximize my financial gain for the rest of my career, knowing that I have gone through what I've gone through and I have a limited window left. That's what that's telling you. But then he continues, but I'm not going to let that get in the way of winning a championship. When you win, everything else will be taken care of. What do you mean everything else will be taken care of? Are you saying when you win? Hold on. So are you saying if you don't sign and you go through the season and we win the championship, everything else will be taken care of? As in, you'll get your 35 M's if we come off a ring and we deal with the contract next summer. That can be taken as many in many different ways, or it can be taken as, well, I think that this team is going to compete, and I'm gonna sign for what makes sense for the team, and I'll be taken care of because that's enough for me. You don't know that. You don't know what he's telling you. You don't, because He's telling you different things within the same sentence. Because remember, he starts out the statement with, I don't need to go into this year and then he goes, I know if I just do my job and so what he was going to say is I don't need to go into this year and feel like I need to play myself into 40 M's. That's what he was going to say. Indirectly, that's what he was going to say. But he doesn't say that to you. He doesn't say that to you. And that kind of tells you where his head is. And I just don't know how long this organization is going to gamble with those types of discussions with him. That paragraph for me says it all. The thing that bothered me, that doesn't even bother me that much. The thing that bothered me the most about his conversation with Slater was in going back and watching all of his misses from the Lakers series, the one line that bothered me was, I learned that I was fried. All of my shots were short. My legs were short under me. What the hell do you mean you learned that you were fried? You didn't feel in your legs by Game 6 that you were fried. You went and watched the tape, and you learned that you were fried, and you had to use your teammates' skill sets and play efficiently within the offense, because he follows up to say that I learned that I got to change the way I play and this and that. So Clay always has this thing, right? Clay's always had this thing where he has this, and he's explained it, and he almost tells you that he doesn't know how to explain it. That when he gets in a rhythm and he starts draining threes and he's getting hot, he goes quote unquote unconscious. And Steve Kerr talks about this too. He goes unconscious. It's basically like he's blind. Like if you put a blindfold on him, he would still make the same shots, because he gets in this rhythm and he gets in this feel for his spots, and he's able to just get there off of screens, come off of pin downs, and he's just feeling it. All he needs is just a sliver of space, and he's able to do what he needs to do. He goes quote unquote unconscious. Here's my thing with Klay Thompson. I think that euphoria that he gets when he gets that hot and he goes quote unquote unconscious, I think that when Klay is not hitting his shot and he's shooting as bad in a series, for example, that you're seeing against the Lakers, he goes unconscious again, but he goes unconscious in a different way. He's blind and doesn't feel anything else going on with his body or the system and the way that it's affecting the offense. He sees a tunnel of the ball going in the hoop. And he goes unconscious. He goes unconscious, but he goes unconscious in a different way until he sees that ball going in the hoop 3-4 times in a row. And unless he sees that,
you want me to admit something to y'all?
Anything else around the offense?
Let me admit something to y'all. And I don't think I've ever said this before, but I was talking to someone before the game, an individual, by the way, it wasn't Shadow. So don't think it was Shadow. So they was telling me that Klay was doing Klay lives for that Game 6 Klay shit, right? He really, really does. You know what I'm saying? Like it is embedded in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So before, you know, he was a little bit more dialed in to the Game 6 game, right? Like he was more dialed in, like he was meditating and he was doing all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to get his place, his mind in that frame of mind. So he was meditating and he's doing all of this stuff, right? Like just trying to get his mind right.
You're talking about the Game 6 against the Lakers.
The Game 6, right? So
okay.
So then I heard that, bro, and I was like, I heard that and I didn't have a good feeling about it. That Game 6 Klay shit. Like the Game 6 Klay stuff, it's almost like it puts too much pressure on him, right? And then he thinks that he has to come out and shoot every single shot, right? Go back and watch that first quarter.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
Klay shot them out and Steph brought them back. Steph literally brought them back. And then Klay shot them out of it again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there were a lot of factors there. Like Andrew Wiggins was hurt. You know, fucking Jordan Poole, he ain't doing shit. Like he is in his own head as well, right? And then on top of it, they were fielding 3 guards. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 guards were literally coming off of the bench, right? So Wiggins goes down, Klay is shooting like shit. and you have three guards coming off of the bench, they were just never going to win that series, right? So once I heard the game six Clay stuff, bro, I knew they were going to lose because I'm like, this dude is just going to come out and press, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah,
exactly what he did, and
Yep.
he pressed, and I'm glad he acknowledged that. That he wasn't. His legs weren't right. I'm glad that he acknowledged that because his legs weren't right. 100% his legs weren't right. A negative
But
20.
Urkel, that's my thing. He knew his legs weren't right in the game. He knew his legs weren't right in the first quarter. So why is he saying now that in going and watching his misses from the series that he
Maybe
learned?
he didn't realize
How the hell do you learn that you were if you ever played sports at any level, it doesn't even matter if you were ass or if you played even at a collegiate level. You know when your legs are fried.
But here's the thing though, AK, so if you look at when he was younger, right, and you look at his playoff stats or whatever, his playoff stats aren't. Here's what I'm talking about. Let me screen share this real quick. Hold on. Here's what I'm talking about. So let's look at these years specifically, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at these years and just look at what he did in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? More specifically, let's look at the so he's like 20 a game, solid 20 a game, right? Like just consistent every fucking year. The guy's just giving you 20, right? Then we get to the playoffs now. So the same year as in the playoffs, right? Like there were some years in here, like right around here, 15 points a game, right? That's the KD thing, by the way, right? But there's some years in here where especially this year right here, where he just kind of took a step back and all of this stuff, right? There's some years in here where it wasn't looking so great, but again, for the playoffs versus the regular season, this is pretty solid. These are solid numbers, right? Except this year, but he was playing his ass off on defense, right? So I can't get mad at that, right? Like he is a playoff performer, right? He is a playoff performer. Like when you look at it, it's just there, bro. And you look at the 19 finals and all of that stuff, he was amazing, right? So he goes up and down, but then it typically balances out itself. 20-something points a game in the playoffs for his career. That is solid, right? Like he's at 19 and hold on.
So Urkel, are you thinking
19 a game in his career? That's solid.
So are you thinking or trying to say that, like, especially earlier on when he was younger, he felt like he could outshoot his leg?
100%, bro. Like, and you saw it too, right? But back then, he was a little bit more. He was playing more defense back then, right? Like he had his role on defense. Now, what I want to see this season is that I want to see more awareness in terms of the on-ball defense. That's what I want to see this year.
But Urkel, here's the thing, right? So if you're an athlete at his level and you're outshooting your legs, and while you're outshooting your legs, let's say even in 15, 16, and 17, you're outshooting your legs and you're not basically you have splitting with Iggy a lot of POA responsibility defensively as well. So not only are you outshooting your legs, but your legs are wearing down at a higher rate and at a quicker rate through a series and throughout a game than they are the way that he was defending now. And then with that said, this is also pre-injury. So there's no question that it's two things. It's one, catching up because your legs are wearing down at a higher rate and a quicker rate because you have more defensive responsibility, but they're also more durable because it's pre-injury. So now he doesn't have those responsibilities on defense, but he knows that his legs are wearing down because he feels it. It's not like he can't feel it. He feels it in the series, but he's still in the same mindset. And I think that this is the same issue contractually that you have with him on the court is that he still feels like, in his head, he still feels like he's 27, 28. You know why? Because exactly what Urkel is saying, he still feels like he can outshoot his legs. And that idea, the idea of thinking that you can outshoot your legs is the only explanation as to why, if he's sitting in the off season and he's watching film and he's watching tape of him missing these shots left and right, in retrospect, he's thinking to himself, he says, I learned that my legs were fried. I'm learning that I was fried.
Here's what I'm saying, AK,
He's
right?
learning, he's seeing that, oh, no. He knew, he felt it during the time. He's saying, I see it and I'm watching it, that I was fried to the point where I could not outshoot my legs. There's a different
This
thing.
is my perspective, right? Like here's my perspective on this. I look at guys or whatever.
Yeah.
And if guys, I don't mind guys missing shots. I don't mind, like a guy having like a certain approach or whatever, right? Like you pay him to shoot the ball. But here's the thing. So those years where Klay was in the playoffs and there was like a dip from the regular season to the playoffs, right? Like he was doing something else, right? So what I need going forward from him, and to his credit, I saw it in the first preseason game. He was way more active around the glass. I'm going to need that. Okay? The first preseason game, I saw his approach. He was more active around the glass. That's one thing that I need. Secondly, I need playmaking out of you, right? So we already get like off-ball stuff. He comes off of a pin down, 2 jumps at him. That's a form of playmaking, right? So continue to rebound and play make like that. Now, what I also need is like when you actually get the ball and 2 jump at you, make sure you're throwing the ball to Looney or Draymond immediately. Yeah. Don't fucking try to shoot over these guys and then all of a sudden we're 1 of 8 in a fucking playoff game because you are not making the right play. Make the fucking right play, bro. Let's
find this.
Hey, Urkel, when you get a chance, I can go through next year's cap for you guys to figure out what it is. I already know how to do it. I looked at it. Just FYI.
Yeah, so you have to make those plays, right? So when 2 jump at you, don't try to just shoot over those guys, right? You know why Steph is successful in the playoffs? Because Steph makes the fucking right play. Even though you have idiots on the timeline saying that, oh, Steph Curry's not performing. Bro, if 2 jump at you, give the ball up. It is your moral obligation to give the ball up like that. You have to make the right play because making the right play is going to lead to advantages for your team because they have to jump at him. He's Klay Thompson, right? So shooting over 2 people and doing that nonsense, that's fine. It's cute, right? And Klay is going to Klay, I suppose, right? But that's not winning basketball. Like you need to get better, right? So that shit is not going to fly that he did before. So you need to get better going forward.
Urkel, what he done kind of reminded me of like when a striker gets into their head and they don't want to just pass, just want to keep putting their head down and shooting. Rashford does this a lot for us in that. Now he's in a mode where he's on a fast break and he's on 2v1 and he doesn't know whether to shoot or pass and ends up making the wrong decision anyway. So I feel like Klay's always put in 2 minds and he needs to stop that.
Bro.
All right, Urkel. Do you want me to explain what could happen? All right.
Can you do a screen share or not?
I can't. I'm working right now. I'm doing this off my phone, so it'll be too trippy. Okay. I'm doing two different things at one time. So what it is currently this year you guys are at 210 million, right? That's with everybody on, right? 210, depending on how it looks, it's either 210, 215, which the first apron's at 165. So anything above 165 has you over the first apron, right? So you guys are well over 60, almost 60 million over currently. Next year it's going to be at 172. That'll be the first apron. And this is how it would look basically. So if you have taking away the cap hold for CP3 and Klay, it gets you down to 176. So you guys are automatically over the first apron, even with releasing those 2 guys. Just FYI. So basically the second threshold, and it'll probably go up slightly. I think it's a percent.
Okay. Me there, Jay?
Sorry. Can you hear me now? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If you guys missed what I was saying, is what it would look like is you guys are like actually would be over. So next year is going to be at 172, not 165. So if you add everybody, you take away Chris and Clay, you'll be at 176 next year. 176. Okay, you'll be 4 million over the first apron. So it's about 17.5 million above. It could be whatever that is. That number could be a little bit higher next year. But even if you add Chris and you keep Chris, or you get one or like 25, whatever it is, you're still going to be over the second apron next year.
So hold on.
One way or another.
That when you say keep Chris, is that like if he opts in, or if he just assumes?
If he opts in, yeah. If he opts in, you're still over. And if you probably sign Clay at 25 million, you're still over the second apron.
Oh yeah, you can't have Chris.
Chris Paul is on a non-guaranteed contract, by the way.
Yeah, correct. But either way, you're even if you sign Clay at 25 million next year and you add that to the 176, you're still going to be over the second apron.
No, but you can't have Chris Paul at 30. There's just no way.
No.
Jay, what if we use Chris Paul's contract and after split off into two players?
It doesn't.
I mean, that's what you can do. I mean, you can't do that then. I mean, he'd have to opt in, obviously, right? So Chris can opt in, right? So Chris opts in, then you could trade him. That's probably like one of the options that you could do in the sum. But then you have to trade him you could trade him only, can't add anything else. You'd have to trade him and maybe some picks for something, but you can't add any other player to his contract when you're trading him out. So regardless, you guys are more than likely are going to be over the second apron next year. Doing the math.
Dilemma. So that's a hell of a dilemma to be in, man.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a dilemma to be in. But they need to win the title this year. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. They need to win the title this year. They got to win the title. They have to win the title this year. You just cannot not win the title. Like, Manu, what's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up?
What's up,
what time are you starting your thing today?
So Wednesdays are early. It's Wednesday today, right? Yeah. So 10 o'clock. So just at the end of the hour.
Okay, AK, you don't have any conflicts, do you?
Nope, not today.
Okay, perfect.
Nope. Yeah, I know Manu's on Wednesday, so we work around.
So on Wednesdays, you start your thing at 10, Manu?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the topic today?
We don't. It's pretty flexible today. We just kind of woke up, so we're kind of like playing by ear. Worst case, we might do tier lists and stuff. We still have. Yeah.
So we were talking about it here this morning. Take a look at that Slater interview, the new Athletic article with Clay. I think you guys will have some content from that alone.
Yeah, we were actually we were trying to like cover a bunch of things yesterday, but we only went through the GM survey because that took like an hour. So yeah, we could definitely do the Slater article. I'll set that up.
Cool. He just dropped it this morning. So
sweet.
So today, Dre is going to do the Philly Celtics game, I believe. He's going to do that at 4, and then after that, we're going to do Laker Therapy. I think that's at 6. I think I scheduled that for 6. So Laker Therapy, and then we're going to watch Kings and Lakers just to round out the night. So that will do.
All right. Sounds good. And then Friday, 11:45 Pacific, we'll have Euro qualifiers, Netherlands, France.
Netherlands, France. Oh, my God.
That'll be Space Gang.
So that's on Space Gang FC, by the way. So give us a subscribe at Space Gang FC. So I'm going to throw the link in the chat. So just give us a follow there. And this is where the soccer fans come in. So we'll just do a live watch along on Friday. You said right, AK?
Yeah, 11:45 Euro qualifiers.
Perfect.
11:45 Pacific.
All right. So let me log off here and just tap in with Manu in about 40 minutes.
Sounds great.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We have a great productive day.
Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all later.